Hey, Rico here. So this is a topic that is now going down in history with along of all the other different horrifying things that are like sexual violence towards women. We had in America like P.Diddy and this ongoing case of him and multiple people coming out, not even women, just men and women and everybody saying that he was sexually assaulting people at a rapid rate. And now Japan is having the same issue. There was a whole bombshell that was unleashed in the media, and it has to do with this broadcasting station, television broadcasting station called Fuji TV. And this is a very well-known, well-beloved television broadcasting station that everybody loves because so many different TV shows, variety shows are shown on this network. And for years, people have loved just this overall presence of this broadcasting station. And it has so many endorsements, so many ads. And on top of that, they had this one presenter named Masahiro Nagai, who is very well known for being in the entertainment industry. He's a former boy band member of the well-beloved Johnny's Entertainment boy band called Snap. They were very, very well known, very well beloved. Many Japanese people love this band. They are no more. They disbanded. I was not really in the know about them when they were in like their heyday, and that's because I was too young. That's really what it was. But like a couple years ago, maybe more than a couple years ago, they decided that they were going to disband. I was into like maybe the last few years of their music before they finally just called it quits. I wasn't really aware of what the band members were doing outside of like one. I know one who's like a really well-known actor who's been in like a whole bunch of stuff. I really like him as an actor. However, Masahiro, I don't keep up with like Japanese variety TV, so I didn't know he had become such a big juggernaut in that space, but he had. And also on top of that, for him to be from such a beloved boy band, it was like the icing on the cake. And many people in Japan praised and loved him just for continuing to be in entertainment and continuing to have this presence in media. So everything was wonderful. People were happy. Fuji TV is making that money. Then we go back to once again this big bombshell that was just like boom, where this woman came out and said in 2023 she was assaulted sexually by Masahiro. And so many people were like, oh my goodness, not the innocent boy band guy. You know, like people see this guy in a boy band, they see his younger pictures and they think, you know, oh no, it is so innocent. But then like I think too, like with all the stuff that was going on with Johnny's Entertainment at the time and all the stuff that was uncovered, I'm not surprised because like it all leads back and it all connects in a way. Because it's like they were so young going into that entertainment agency and then being exposed. And I'm not saying like who was exposed to the sexual violence and who wasn't, but at the same time, it's like you do take that into your adult life. And it's not an excuse because, you know, you would still want to be better than the person that did that to you. However, this all came out. This unnamed victim, she came out and she told her story and she said, you know, I was sexually assaulted at a dinner party. And it happened where it was like a setup. She said that it was supposed to be, in Japanese culture, they have like dinner parties where the co-workers are supposed to entertain their, you know, higher ups. So sometimes it's like women have to pour the drinks and, you know, entertain their higher up subordinates, the bosses, the people above them. Sometimes like in companies, it'll be men and women. They just all have to go out for a dinner and, you know, pour their boss a drink you know, entertain their boss. The boss tells them to drink, they have to drink it. It's a whole cultural thing. I'm sure you guys kind of have seen it or have seen like reenactments of it in anime and manga and J-drama. Korea has it as well a little bit. So it went from she was supposed to be going to this dinner party with a whole bunch of her coworkers and Masahiro, and also the higher up execs of Fuji TV were supposed to be there as well. And then as time went on and got closer and closer to the time that she was supposed to be there, all the other employees called out and said they couldn't make it. So she ended up going to this dinner party by herself. And she was in this room alone basically with Masahiro. And she said that he made sexual advances toward her. He touched her. He sexually assaulted her. And so after the fact, she was actually going to go to the media. And she also went to the higher execs of Fuji TV. I think that this needs to be also, you know, highlighted. Like, the higher up execs of Fuji TV were aware that this happened, of what Masahiro had done. And they decided to basically pay her off. That's what they did. They paid her off. And I guess the overall experience and how she felt after taking the money still caused her to speak out. Now, some people might say, well, she shouldn't have taken the money. Some people might say, well, she took the money and then she still spoke out. However, I have a lot of thoughts. I have a whole lot of thoughts about this overall situation. Because this happened and she came out to the media and she said, you know, people knew. So then magazines, newspapers started to report on it. And there was also this other pertinent piece of information where they said that actually one of the employees was the one that helped set this up. But then the high execs of Fuji TV came out and said that wasn't actually true. So then we had a lot of people trying to fact check and trying to change around the information. So this employee that they were trying to call out that said that, you know, you did help set this up. You did help to put this woman in a situation to get her assaulted. He said, no, actually, I met her beforehand. We had all gone to like a barbecue. And that's when I met her and I introduced her to Masahiro and they met and, you know, everybody met, everybody had a good time. He's like, I had nothing to do with that dinner party that happened after the fact. And the execs of Fuji TV also came out and said, you know, that coworker had nothing to do with any of what had happened after the fact. But my whole thing is that does Fuji TV and Masahiro expect the public to think that this was only a one-time thing? I'm pretty sure it was not just a one-time thing. These dinner parties that they were having, I'm pretty sure that it's happened to more than one woman. It's something that I shudder to think about because it's like they might uncover and find other victims where this has happened to. I don't believe that there were employees that night that weren't told to call out so that there was a situation where this woman was in the position to be sexually assaulted. I don't believe that the employees were ignorant. I think that this was something that happened before and that they were all bystanders to it, which in a way makes them just as guilty as Masahiro himself, because you know that this is wrong. You know that you are setting up a situation for someone to experience something so traumatizing. Something where you're afraid, because it's like, you know, working at Fuji TV is a big deal. Being involved in that broadcasting station is a huge deal. So the Japanese public and the media ripped Fuji TV apart. They started ripping and dragging Masahiro as well. So after the fact, we now had a press conference where the higher up execs come out and they basically resign. And I'm just like, okay, you know, this is very Japanese. This is normally what happens. You know, they bow. They say, you know, we're sorry for all the stuff that had happened. But it's like, you don't need to apologize. What are you apologizing for? Like, it happened under your reign. This is your company that you were running. You knew it was happening. You knew Masahiro paid the victim off. The victim went to you. They were aware, and you know, I will give them that they did come out and say, they're like, yeah, we were aware of what had happened with Masahiro and this woman. And it's just like, okay, so they resigned. They have a whole new president that's taking over Fuji TV. However, the damage is done. A lot of the people that were affiliated with this broadcasting company have dropped out. They have taken their money out of the company. A lot of the public opinion for Fuji TV is not good, and it's sad because this is a brand that has been around for a very, very long time. Like, it's such a pertinent part of Japanese entertainment industry, and to see something like this happen where it's a group of men who ruined all that the people before them had worked so hard to establish. And for them to come out and be like, oh yeah, we don't even have like these meetings anymore where women have to entertain the men. I don't believe that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't. I think that they're saying all of this now because they're trying to quell the flame of hatred that all of the Japanese public has toward Fuji TV and Masahiro as well. So Masahiro comes out and he basically writes his letter. He's like, I'm retiring from the entertainment industry. Not surprised. Once again, very Japanese thing to do. I'm like, okay, that's fine. My thing is that they keep letting people retire and kind of fade into the sunset. Investigate these people. So if he's done this more than one time, you need to investigate him and throw him in jail. It's all nice and dandy. Yeah, you can retire, do what you want to do. I feel like that's more of you saving face. That's not doing anything for me. So you doing something for me as someone who is seeing this as part of the public and also for the Japanese public, investigate. You need to do a deep and thorough investigation of what was going on with that. Investigate the woman as well, see what was happening, see if she knows any other people that maybe were paid off where he did that too, because I don't believe for a second that that was only a one-time occurrence. I believe that happened multiple times. I believe that he had been doing that to women. I believe that Fuji TV knew about it as well. So they definitely need to do something. I mean, watching him fade off into the sunset, into his retirement, is more of a glorification for him. Like, that's not doing anything for me. The overall situation is very disgusting. It is so sad that we have people who cannot feel safe anywhere. And it's like, every time there's somebody in power, you gotta go and take advantage of your power and bother somebody's peace. Leave people alone. Like, you all had enough money and enough know-how and enough notoriety to go and find yourself a prostitute. To go and find yourself somebody that will want to sleep with you. It's not hard. Like, why are you going and you're making advances toward people who clearly do not want you, that clearly don't know what's going on? You're putting them in a situation. You're also having other people aid to help you create a situation where you are assaulting somebody. So it's like the whole broadcasting station, all the people that were working in the broadcasting station, it all needs to be gutted out. They need to go investigate everybody. And I mean it. All of this whole thing with them trying to cover up everything and, oh yeah, we're resigning. Oh yeah, I'm retiring. Okay. Very Japanese thing to do. Please investigate. Investigate and look into all of that. That's the only way I would really be satisfied with the situation. As far as everything else, it is what it is. Fuji TV is Fuji TV. If people don't want to watch, they won't watch. If people don't want to invest, they will not invest. If people don't want to support, they will not support. It is what it is. They did this. This is nobody else's fault but the execs, but Masahiro. It's a sad situation. It's a really sad situation. I would say, like, for people that may be bystanders to things like this, speak up. Don't stay silent. I mean, I know it's scary. I know sometimes you're afraid you might lose your job, but if you do not speak up, you're just as bad as the people that are doing the action. Because you know it's happening. You know what's going on and you're turning a blind eye to it. You're just as bad. And the same thing with the Diddy parties. All the celebrities, all the people that were there, if you knew what was going on, you're just as bad. There is no way around that. It is no sugarcoating that. It is what it is. You are just as bad. So this is a lot to think about, you guys. How do you feel about this whole topic? Protect people. Stay safe. If you feel like something is weird, or like you're in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, listen to your instincts and get out of that situation. Talk to people. Tell someone. Stay safe. We live in dark times. Follow my social media, mostly my Instagram. Also blog News Asian Pop Culture. The link is always down in the description box below. And remember, be real. Stay real. Live in the real. And I will always be back. Thank you guys for watching. I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next video.